I've worked with thousands of people preparing for retirement, and the ones who struggle the most aren't always the ones with the least money. They're typically the ones who retire into isolation with no structure and no plan beyond their financial one. Going from a monthly salary to living off a plan can feel far more unsettling than people expect. So here are 5 things worth doing before you retire, not after, that make the difference between a retirement that drifts and one that really works for you. So let's start with the one people leave until it's too late. So part 1 is all about strengthen your relationships before it's too late. When you're working, you have what I'd call automatic friendships. You meet with your colleagues for coffee, you might have lunch together, office chat, and you all share the same routines without any real effort. The moment you retire though, those touch points disappear almost overnight. If your social life has mostly lived at work, retirement is going to feel strangely quiet. I've mentioned my nan before. She stayed working at Boots far longer than she needed to because she was scared of losing the friendship she built there. That fear is real, especially for people living on their own. Here's a simple step that prevents it. Pick 3 people you want in your life 5 years from now. It could be your closest colleagues or a friend you've drifted from, or even a family member that you just don't see enough. Then schedule something recurring with them. It's good to schedule it in now before you retire, because once your schedule changes and theirs doesn't, it gets harder to slot it back in. Leaving a job means leaving a built-in community you've been part of for years and years. Some people are glad to see the back of that, but a lot of us are probably going to miss it even more than we actually expect. And the research backs this up. A meta-analysis covering over 300,000 people found that those with strong social relationships had a 50% greater chance of living longer than those with weaker ties. So if relationships are one part of it, what you actually do with your time is the next. Part 2, build a life plan, not just a financial plan. This isn't a bucket list. It's not, I want to travel more, I want more time on the sofa. This is a real plan for your time. We forgot that work actually gives us structure, whether we wanted it or not. Retirement hands you the opposite: total freedom, a blank calendar, nowhere you have to be. And that sounds pretty appealing until it's not. It can be easy to drift through the rest of your life with nothing of substance happening. So here's a simple way to avoid it. You'll have 3 life buckets. There's your people bucket, which is who you spend time with. There's your project bucket, which will be what you build, learn, or contribute to. And then there's your body bucket, which is how you will protect your health and energy. Pick 1 or 2 commitments for each bucket to start with. And it doesn't need to be anything crazy. 6-pack abs in retirement probably isn't going to be realistic. This isn't just to fill time, but rather filling your time with the correct things and not wasting your retirement that you've clearly worked so hard for. A life plan tells you what to do with your days. The next step is making sure your finances can support it. Part 3, stress test your finances before you retire. Money feels different once it stops arriving as a paycheck. Dipping into savings gives you that anxiety that you never had with your wage. It's natural. We've had it drilled into us that spending all our savings is not the best idea. While you're working, a bad month is recoverable. In retirement, there's no overtime, no bonus to fall back on. So here's a practical test. For 60 to 90 days, live on your expected retirement income as a trial. Keep your monthly salary coming in as normal, but only spend what you'd spend in retirement and sweep the rest into a separate account. 2 things will come of it. You'll learn what feels manageable and you build confidence that the plan actually works rather than trusting it in theory. Testing the plan is one thing, making sure the paperwork behind it is in order is another. Number 4, clean up your financial admin while you're still employed. Some things are simply easier to sort while you still have an employment income. The big ones to think about could be mortgage or borrowing. If you need to refinance, change terms, or lock in a specific rate, now is the time to do it, as it is usually much easier to do that while you have an employment income. The next one is any other predictable big expense you have coming up. Start by looking 5 to 10 years ahead. This could include things like car replacement, any major home maintenance you want to do, big appliances, basically anything you know is coming down the tracks. I'm not saying you need to be buying everything now, but it means avoiding being forced into an expensive decision later because something predictable wasn't planned for. Retirement works better when the surprises are small, not a full re-roof you didn't see coming. Get the admin sorted, and there's one more thing that outweighs all of it. Part 5, lock in your health routines before you retire. Health is the multiplier on everything else in retirement. There's no point having the money to travel the world if you don't have the health to enjoy it. People often plan to sort their health out once they retire, but routines are harder to build mid-transition than before it starts. Build a simple baseline now, a sleep routine you protect, movement you can sustain, strength work if you're able to, and something for your mental health, journaling, walking, time outside, anything consistently done regularly that you enjoy doing. It doesn't need to be perfect. The best time to build the habit is before you need it. None of this is really about ticking off 5 tasks. It's so you don't treat retirement like it's the end and just hoping the rest kind of sorts itself out. The people, the purpose, the plan, that's what decides whether the next 20 or 30 years feel like freedom or feel like drifting. Have people, have purpose, have a plan, get those right, and the money you've worked for gets to do what it was always meant to do. If you don't want to do this alone, you can book a call with one of our regulated financial planners who would love to help you. If you're watching on a TV like many of our viewers are, you can book a call by scanning the barcode that's displayed on your TV now. Just take out your mobile phone and open the camera app, point it at the screen, tap the barcode, and this will open a web page for you to book a call. Otherwise, you can use the link that's been provided in the description box below. Make sure you've subscribed to the channel so you're notified every time we release a video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.